The American right wing thinks that social democracy welfare systems, like those found in the Nordic countries, is solely redistribution of wealth, plain and simple. And while, yes, in those countries, there's a lot more income equality, it's actually more like the redistribution within your own life cycle. The Nordic countries actually have a pretty flat tax rate, even though their taxes are very high. So yes, everyone, including poor people, pay a lot of taxes. But everyone, including rich people, gets the full benefits of the welfare state, including free healthcare, free education, etc., etc. So here's why it's actually mostly redistribution within your life, more so than societal redistribution. When you work, you pay taxes. And everyone will work, everyone will pay taxes. So yes, social democracy does require maximum employment. But at the same time, every single human being will get sick at some point in their lives. That's just a fact. You can't avoid it. And so what happens when you get sick? You go to the doctor. And that's where you're going to reap the rewards of the taxes you paid while you were working. Because going to the doctor will have a very, very low copay or no copay at all. And so that's why everyone there is pretty happy paying high taxes, because they see the results of high taxes whenever they get sick. Now, obviously, if your government is corrupt, like the American government is relatively corrupt compared to the Nordic countries, then it's very valid why you wouldn't trust the government to actually fulfill their promises. But that's not the argument the right wing is making. The right wing is making that government should not even provide anyone with anything, except protection from the military, of course, because they're just so scared of taxes. So speaking about taxes, this is a very important point. As I mentioned before, the Nordic countries actually have a relatively flat tax rate. While the US, even the tax policies that Republicans propose, are pretty progressive. And so not only does it seem like blatant redistribution, but it makes the tax code so much more complicated. And I think that's actually why Americans hate taxes. It's not so much that they actually hate paying the taxes, they just hate doing the taxes, filing the taxes, paying an accountant to navigate through this really complicated tax code. But if it was simple and it took less than 5 minutes to do, it would not be an issue, even if you paid a little bit more taxes. But unfortunately,